things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy.
United Nations reporter Eric Carter with the news. As the series of earthquakes continue to destroy Chile, the United Nations has granted immediate emergency aid. Transport planes laden with food and medical supplies have already been dispatched to the stricken area. Through the facilities of the International Communication Satellite, we take you live to Santiago de Chile and our UN reporter, Rodrigo Infanta. Hello, Santiago. This is Eric Carter in New York.
Hello, Eric. This is Rodrigo Infanta reporting via ICS from the UN newsroom in Santiago de Chile. The planes have already arrived and are being unloaded. The last recorded tremor was 4 hours ago. Hopefully, it was the last. I have a message from the President of Chile conveying his heartfelt thanks to the United Nations and the Red Cross for their swift and most excellent assistance. Rodrigo Infanta signing off from Santiago.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Considerable attention has been focused on the Bering Sea. The Japanese fishing fleet has reported a strange phenomenon. Large icebergs have been breaking up, the flows of which are drifting southward towards Japan and melting quickly. The Japan Current, sometimes called Kuroshido, divides here. The northern branch skirts Asia and merges with the cold Oyashia Current. This normally cold ocean stream is maintaining an abnormally warm temperature. The United Nations has dispatched its nuclear submarine, Seahawk, with several of the world's most prominent scientists into the area. More on that matter as it arises. Japanese scientist Akira Makino, winner of last year's Nobel Prize for Medicine, claims to have made a rather amazing discovery in the field of chemotherapy. These red berries, discovered in his latest field trip in the Bougainville area, produce a non-habit-forming narcotic effect. Unfortunately, he reports, the berries grow in only one small, remote, primitive island, and the natives there are reluctant to give them up. It seems animals are fond of this fruit, and the berries are ground into juice by the natives to placate a, quote, mysterious god, unquote, who lives on the island. The god is supposedly an enormous creature that no one has ever seen, but who is rumored to be taller than many of their mountains. Dr. Makino would make no comment on whether such a creature exists or not, but the Pacific Pharmaceutical Company, Dr. Makino's employer, claims he does exist. They also claim that the reason he is such a giant is because he eats Dr. Makino's berries. There is one thing we can be certain of, that these berries will produce, and that is a giant advertising campaign.
I call the plant Soma. So far, our early tests have shown remarkably good results. We are pleased. My notes confirm this. I will, however, need more berries to continue with the tests. But because of their god, the natives absolutely refuse to give up any more than just a few handfuls.
How strange. Would you show us exactly where the island is on the chart?
Of course. Of course. Just before returning home, I touched at Bougainville, here in the Solomons. And about 62 miles south from there was a small island called Faroe Island. There, gentlemen, is where I found the red berries and the strange god.
Ooh, strange story, Mr. Makino. I find it hard to believe that.
Buru. Sounds like a fairy tale, Doctor.
Does a giant creature exist here? Since you ask my opinion, my answer is yes.
A giant monster? He must be putting us on. We must really need publicity.
It's heads. So get a monster.
Taco, not a monster, really.
Yes, a monster. Come on, think. I want action now and no arguments.
A wonderful stunt. Terrific.
Of course. Have you seen our latest TV ratings? They're terrible. Who out there is watching our show? Nobody. Because it's dull and boring and without imagination. That's why. Pacific Pharmaceutical demands publicity. You two are going to Faro. Find me a genuine monster, if he exists or not.